Good morning, everyone. Hello. It's too dark. Is it too light? I can't tell anymore. Long story short, in the hell of all hells, I am back in the same hotel I was last Sunday, and I'm now running off my hotspot again the whole time because I don't want to put myself through that shit again. Is this better? Is this worse? What mood are we going for here? Maybe this is a little better. Sorry about that. Um, I was in Pittsburgh, and then we were supposed to do a hay that we didn't get, and we still need to get another hay. So I went home, and then I had to come back to Erie Friday night to do this, and now I will be leaving after this. And I can't escape this hotel. So Erie, for some reason, Erie's like 2 hours away from Pittsburgh, but this was the most viable airport to fly out of, so we're stuck here again. This is my hell. Let's look at the underwear. They're fun, geometric shapes, aren't they? A hoot. I think so. Look, a real kaleidoscope kind of guy here. So there you go. And then this coffee. I got Sheets coffee again. That same routine. And I will urge you, before you do anything else, and even if you watch it concurrently with this in stereo, go watch the latest Hey EW with Roderick Strong, and some surprise guests. Let me put it like that. We had a little family reunion on the show, completely impromptu, and might say first of all, that's episode 79, number one. Number two, might be by far the strangest episode I've been a part of. Go watch it, go like it, go share it, go comment, go tell Roddy you loved it. He bore his soul. I'm sure he's insecure about it, and his wife and his child. Go let them know that ultimately they are loved, even though they're insane. Let's talk to people, shall we? Oh God, is anyone watching here that works at Sheets in a management position? Those stickers are not working on the top of the cup. I'm just going to remove the whole lid. What am I doing? Okay. Ugh. Horrible sounds, too. Red Dog said, good morning, RJ. It's so bitter. Red Dog said, good morning. Mikey G said, good morning. Rod said, I've missed the last 3 or 4, so glad to be back. Amanda said, good morning. Hello, friends. Amanda said, were you at Collision in Erie? Why Pittsburgh? So we had to come back to Pittsburgh. We had a long shuttle ride. Then the hotel door wouldn't open. It was a time. Bachelor King said, it's only a 2-hour drive, so it probably wasn't worth changing hotels, even though I had to leave the state and then come back. Spy Center said, not staying at the Carriage Inn whilst in Pittsburgh. Carriage Inn is a place we used to go to after IWC in Pittsburgh, and it is the last place I've ever seen in the world that still has a cigarette machine. And if you've never seen a cigarette machine before, I mean, they went out of style when I was a kid. Everyone went, this is a bad, horrible idea. It's like a little vending machine for cigarettes, but like it's a little, it has its own system. It's almost like a little jukeboxy. Not coming by and sharing a piece of homemade double Dutch apple pie with me. I'm going to get something before I leave here. Of course, I'm going to be in the same airport I was in last week. I'm just going to they're going to say you again. Sean said, hello. Maureen said, how's it going? Vanessa Craven said, good morning to all those convening. This is a convention to watch RJ in his boxer briefs. Thank you. I'm running out of different ways to say underwear. Yeah, these may be 7, but if there's an 8th, you'll be the first one to find it. I trust you. Mia said, good morning, beautiful people. Spot Center has a wonderful tribute and says, I love IWC stories that I can share with my son who was there watching you with me and his mom. Do you have a story from your first time there? It's so funny. These are fresh in my brain because Dalton was there last night, and Taven and the Blade, and we all would do IWC together at different times. My first IWC show, we all came in. It was me, Colin, Dalton, Taven, Bobby Fish. And we did not anticipate the border time, the traffic time, the construction time. So I got there, I swear to God, 15 minutes before midnight. I was on first. And the guy's name, I believe, was Sam Cassidy. Someone can look that up and verify with me. And it was like, all right, let's go. We got to go. I don't know. This is what I do. I'm an idiot, and you're going to have to roll with the punches. So the opening of the match, first 30 seconds, he ducked something, and boom, and then boom. And the second one was right over my eye, and I was immediately bleeding. And I was like, oh, fuck. This wasn't supposed to happen. And then the wonderful Nick DiTullio, who's a doctor who shows up at the AEW shows to do medical stuff when they're in Pittsburgh, glued me shut. So that was my story. I hope that worked for you. And that's also where a woman got a tattoo of my autograph on her arm. And if I knew she was going to get a tattoo of it, I would have done a better job. Maureen, Carly, Christine, James, Mia, so Sierra is real romper room today. I see MSRT. I see Nick. I'm watching while donating blood in rainy England. Jesus, Nick, let the nurses do their jobs. Saeed said good morning to all, and I'm already far behind. Candy said good morning. Matt Sandy said good morning. Typo said good morning. Amanda said, hey, it was amazing today as always, but yeah, love this one. It's ultimately feel good. It starts feeling very bad, and then you feel better or worse. Neil said, good morning. Did Roddy's mom shoot his dad? That was mentioned, and yeah, I think you can look it up. It's not a secret. I don't think I'm divulging any new information. It's been public. It's been on wrestling programs. It's ultimately a good story, and he did bring it up. So, yeah, that seems to be the case. But I was too focused on the Elvis stuff. John said, and there's a physical attack, too. There was, what is it, the third time I've been accosted on the show? Let me tell you something. That kid's got hands. Rod said, congratulations on the recognition of your poise. Long time coming. Very sweet of Tony Storm last night on Collision to be there with Renee. And after working with me so often went, Renee's not really so hot at this, which is what I've been saying for a long time. Priestman said, are you looking forward to Montreal? Adam Copeland versus Christian should be a gas. I'm excited to be in Montreal, period. The last time I was there was the debut of Monster Brawl. It was so long ago. Never been to the Bell Center before. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Sky Blue and Tony Storm. I'm excited about Eddie versus Claudio. I'm excited about, apparently Ethan Page against Kenny Omega. I'm excited to see 2.0 get a hero's welcome, Dino Bravo style. It's going to be a time. Kendi said, I remember the bowling alleys always having a cigarette machine. Well, that's the kind of place where one would be warranted. Somebody said slightly late. Hello, everybody. I'm already behind. Lauren said hello with a Sylvia emoji. Sylvia is doing good. Are you going to be in Montreal for both shows? Yes, I am. SM said great lighting today. That's all I need to hear. Amanda said I need you back in IWC and old wrestling. God, if there's a will, there's a way. Emma said, I remember cigarette vending machines. What was crazy was how people did not bat an eye when kids would get cigarettes with their parents or grandparents. My mother gave me prop cigarettes. They had like chalk in the inside and you would pop. And she made us walk around the mall with them. She had quite a kick. Spot Center said, Sam Cassidy of the Night Riders. I don't know if he wrestles anymore. Well, after you bust me open, there's nowhere else to go. Leo said, which wrestling video game had the best music? The first, was it the WrestleMania Challenge for NES? I think it was that one. Oh my goodness. Guess who is here? Harley Cameron is here, formerly of QTV, and now gracing the cover of the December issue of Fitness Girls. And then she's leaning on a thing. I don't know if she's having a shower or she's confused. She's hurt her back and I need this wall to hold me up. She's doing a great part. And it says one of the hottest physiques in pro wrestling. When they tell you have a physique, that's them being horny in an intellectual way. I think she also posted another picture from it this morning where she's in lingerie manning a barbecue. And you don't want to get that seared. Bill Wood said good morning. Mia said Harley enjoyed, I've lost my place. Harley said, I enjoy watching you at the Boca show. Boca? Boca? I think it's Boca. Leo said, do you prefer Mr. Bean or Mr. Ben? I prefer Orson Bean. And you're going to have to look that one up. Suplexus has said, have you seen the clip of Catherine O'Hara reuniting with Macaulay Culkin and honoring him during his Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony? That was wholesome. It's so funny because, like, Home Alone is Macaulay Culkin's best work. I don't think anyone's arguing. Catherine O'Hara? No, it's not her best work. She's barely in it. She's doing the same thing there. She's probably in it for 5 minutes, you know? And she's like, oh, well, I mean, good for her for cashing in. Gina said, uh-oh, Harley is back. We know where this conversation is going. I bet we do. Nell said, there's an RJ Messenger in Erie, so he's making Googling hard. What? Oh, RJ Messenger. There's a wrestler named RJ Messenger. Maureen said, Dalton was great, but he left the boys behind. Well, sometimes they have to become men. Harley said, look in the camera and drink the coffee. Give the people what they want. This woman is sick. Why is it so bitter? What is it with this one? And oh, wow. Leo said, who's the naughtiest boy? And I'm not going to answer that question. Amanda said, I'm in Erie and getting ready to go home, but I had to go to Wegmans for some Yule log. And if you want a Yule log, the freshest one, gotta go to Wegmans. Holly said, thanks for the magazine plug. I wasn't even posing. That's how I stand. Because she said there's some problem with her hips. They need to be fixed. I think they need to be sanded or something. So when she's not walking, that is really how she stands. It's a hard person to talk to. Molly said, good morning, my loves. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. Matt Sandy said, if Roddy changed his name to Roddy Kind, could Richard manage him? I think we're stretching. Richard Kind is a Miro guy. We've discussed that. SM said, you have to pay for these requests, Harley. That's right, fucker. Put your money where your mouth is. Rod said, Catherine O'Hara's best work is best in show. Ooh, but A Mighty Wind, she's also very good at. So, could go either way. Christine with a wonderful request. Please sing something for the lovely Amanda because she's great. And her birthday was yesterday. What can we sing for Amanda? Yeah, but that's a sad song from the war. Why is that in my head? I apologize, everyone. I'm gonna figure this one out. To you, where? Let me think. Do I wanna? Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sails and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms, I'll go sailing. It's far beyond a star, it's near beyond the moon. I know without a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. Leo said, so Harley had the hottest physique since George Steele passed away. He was a physique guy. Nell said, he did it for her last time. We sent her the clip and she ignored it. I don't know. Oh, that's right. So, Harley, they were like, I did what you asked and somebody make a clip of that. And they did. And they sent it to you. My poor people. And you ignored it. So, they should tell you to go fuck yourself. Mikey has a song request. Oh, dear Lord. Your favorite Paul Simon song. Well, now I'm going to be here all day. Okay. All right. Is it appropriate? It's so sad. I feel like I have a different favorite Paul Simon song every week. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna do it. I met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled and we talked about some old times and we drank ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Still crazy after all these years. I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old familiar ways. And I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. Still crazy after all these years. Still crazy after all these years. 4 in the morning, a crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. I'll never worry. Why should I? I know it's all gonna fade. And then there's a saxophone solo. I'm not gonna get into that now. Now I sit by my window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day. But I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy, still crazy, still crazy after all these years. Oh my God, and I got blurry? What a fucking shit ending. There we go, that's better. And Harley's going to criticize my singing. She can go fuck herself. Mike said, Maureen and John Candy's improvised scene steals Home Alone. It is great. John Candy just blows in, is hilarious, and then blows out. And that's completely what Home Alone 2 is missing. Too much shtick, not enough bits. Neil said, happy birthday, Amanda. Suplexer said, Harley is an incredible QTV segment. Hell of a voice, too. Rod said, will there be a Hey EW Christmas Spectacular this year? Lord, we're working on it. Amanda said, oh, Christina, sexy cham. Leo said, I'm a naughty boy, a fellow and a geezer. Mikey said, sorry for not spacing out the song request. Dear Lord, I'm in concert all of a sudden. Bill Wood said, mighty wind, better performance. I agree. See, I'm happy we can have these conversations. Thank you, Bill. Amanda said, love the deep thought for a song. Spot Center said, my first delivery every morning is to Sheets. I still use hand sanitizer after opening the doors, not because of COVID, but for the guy that opened the Sheets door after getting his underwear unstuck in back. God bless. And then Harley's left. Harley is not, I don't think, committed, you know, unless she just watches in silence because she's fucking weird. Leo said, what would Louis C.K.'s wrestling finisher be called? Watch this. Mike said, RJ singing is making my dog howl and growl. Chronic said, wrestle, entertain, sing. What can't you do? Most of those. SM said, are you hearing crackling sounds too? Oh, Jesus. Leo said, have you ever met Eugene? Thoughts on that gimmick? I was waiting for I was faking it, heel turn. It never happened. But no, I never met him. Christine said, yes, the mic is crinkly when he leans forward. Well, I'm going to stay back then. Mia said, so why is Sheets coffee so bitter? Well, I have two of them here. One is the cold brew, and then I think one is the nitro cold brew. Let's see if there's a difference. Suplex said, Harley, RJ duet is what I'm asking Santa for this year. Harley wants to be on Hay, but it's a lot easier when she's on the program. So if somebody could book her first, and then I can get her on the show as I spill my coffee everywhere. Christine said, this song is my favorite. Bill said, I'm crackling a bit. Damn it. Christine said, I might cry. Tybo said, sound is back to normal. Oh, my God. Mia said, my goal is to meet you one day. Set the bar higher. Blah. This one's better. I don't know what it is. Cold brew medium. So then I think it's their nitro. Change your keg. John said, my man, hope you're good. Love the Roddy skit. Skit is an insult. Spot Center said, worst condition of an indie wrestler's boots you've ever seen or any other footwear. I've seen indie boots that just straight up have holes in the bottom where you could see their feet, and they still wore them, and it's disgusting. Leo said, would you consider Matt Rafe's Would you consider Matt Rafe style plastic surgery? Yes, because that seems to be the secret to a good career. Not comedy, a new face. Why don't you change your name too? You know, at that point, you got a brand new face. Christine said, too much shtick, not enough bits. Yolanda said, very glad to hear. And wow, I'm humbled by that. Hopefully you will be in Philly for Mania weekend. Maybe. I was in LA was last year, right? I was in LA. Philly's fucking cold in March. I don't fucking do this. Plain Simple Carrick said the feet were a bit much. You're telling me. Leo said, can Louis C.K. and Tank Abbott have a tag team called Wank Abbott? And you can submit all your postcards directly to Leo. Suplexus said, how great is Emi Sakura? Any chance of getting her on Hey? There is. I've actually started writing one, and I'm nearing completion of writing it. And then we have to approach her, and then we have to find a time, and then we have to do it, you know, to edit it, get all that done, and then it'll come out. I will say, and I can say this with absolute certainty, the Adam Copeland episode was completely unedited, completely one take. And so was the Roddy episode. There was nothing. Sometimes I go, we didn't leave anything out, which is insane. Tybo said, RJ, is there a reason more than one person has been shoving their feet in your face recently? I don't have a foot fetish. It's the one thing I don't have a fetish for, to be honest with you. So no, but if it gets the clicks at this point, you know, we're getting desperate. That looks like grape soda, said Leo. Manuel said, which guest followed through with their gimmick during the Hay tapings? I don't feel like people really have like gimmicks anymore. It's just them, like Eddie Kingston, for example. Josh said, if you were a Honky Tonk Man style wrestler, who would you be impersonating? Well, a lot of people would say I was impersonating Liberace or Sammy Davis Jr. for a long time. Rod said, time is starting to run out for getting Sting on AEW. Just saying, I can say a request has been made and the answer has not been no. So hopefully, God willing, soon. That one's ready to go. I can pull it out of my bag right now and do it. Squirrel said, it was wild how many people cheered when you took off Tony Storm's shoes. Don't yell at me. The woman told me to take off her shoes because her feet were swelling. She's got the gout. Poor gal. And I did, right? And the heat is on me and not the people of Milwaukee for hooting and hollering at swollen feet. Awa said, one of the things you did that I love was the Cynical Crafter. Do you have a favorite guest from that? So I did do a web series on CBC for a decent amount of time called the Cynical Crafter. I guess it was like 30 episodes. And I loved it. I loved doing it. They're all on YouTube. We didn't have that many guests, but the ones we did were great. We had with Wendy, DIY Lady with Wendy, Fred Penner, probably my favorite, and also Scott Russell from CBC Sports, who's also my favorite. I had a big crush on him, had a big crush on Fred. And it's hard to say. And then I had the Abominable Snowman was on too, who's probably also one of my favorite guests. So yeah, I don't think we had any other guests unless I'm missing somebody. And then I did a bunch. Value Village did like branded content through CBC where they were like, do something stupid and we'll put a logo on it. And those are great. Because there's an episode with kids. I tell kids about antiques. And there's another one I love with Ann Kaplan from the Real Housewives of Toronto. And I just raided her closet, which was a nice shot. Tybo said, practical man, clicks come first. Bill said, new AEW podcast, Feet, and it comes on right after Unrestricted. Nick said, finish donating blood. You get chips and cookies afterwards. What do you get in the U.S. and Canada? I don't know because I haven't done it. And I should. Go donate blood. You want to know something really, really horrible? When I was in high school, across the street was like the town hall, like convention center. So like a bunch of other shit would be happening like right next door. And it was a center where they would open, blood donor clinics, like the pop-up ones. And my friend and I realized, we could probably get away with showing up late to class or missing it completely if they thought we were donating blood. So we just got Band-Aids. You know, we go have lunch, hang out, and be like late, 20, 30 minutes late, put the Band-Aids on, then walk into the class and go, sorry, they were taking blood. And they were like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. So that was a horrible thing I did. James said, with the feet out, did your inner Gene Snitsky come out? I can assure you, I never had a foot fetish, and now having experienced the week I've experienced, I definitely don't have one. I sometimes wish I did. Like, I wish I did, because fetishes like that are just easier. Everyone's walking around in feet all the time. Easy thing to do, you know? When you're interested in things like breasts or vaginas or assholes, it's a lot harder to see, you know? It's a real once in a blue moon thing. If my fetish was baseball caps, I could go to a ball game and have the time of my life. So as much as we like to shame the obscure, the kink shame, you know, the bright side to it is the everydayness of it. It was a good, real blue collar fetish. And now everyone has just completely left the chat. Here we go. With the feet, I just read that. Neil said there's some great behind-the-scenes stories about Cynical Crafter on his channel if you join. A video for each episode. Yes, my Key to the City members, I broke down each and every Cynical Crafter episode, an exclusive video format. And then some stuff about episodes that never happened, things we tried to do that fell out. There was a Lost Halloween episode, guests, like the Pink Power Ranger, who I still have heat with, who canceled. I'm not going to get into it now. Plain Simple Garrick said, a true professional for taking that shoe to the face and continuing. Child's shoe. Leo said, I do, however, have a gout fetish. Well, God bless. Leo said, WWF used to do gravy bowl matches. Is gravy a fetish? Definitely. Cake farts, my friend. Eric said, RJ, do you think MJF stays? No, I think every night he ultimately goes home. Christine said, every time I donated Value Village, I think of you. I loved working with them, and we were going to do more stuff. Oh my God. And I did that other one that I loved so much. We did like a game show inside Value Village with Rocky Mozaria, who's on Run the Burbs right now, and Alice Moran, who was on Sunnyside and wrote her own movie, which is coming out soon. And it was the best. And they got me this nice suit, and they got me a real, I wish I took it. They're like, you can't take this. I should just steal shit. I need to steal more shit. They got me a real legitimate old CBC thin, long microphone. And it was telescoping. It was the best. I was so happy with it. And we just did a live game show inside Value Village. And they're like, sure, come in, do what you want. I totally forgot about that. Suplexus has said, man, you met Fred Penner. It's official. You have the coolest life. I will say, you please go look up the Fred Penner episode. It's worth a watch because he's fantastic. I had the best time. Neil said, I found a video of Roddy talking about the shooting, but haven't watched it yet. As I'm watching this, obviously, yeah, I mean, I can wait. It already happened. Mia said, in the U.S., you get a gift card and a shirt and drink and cookies for donating blood. Jeez, really desperate. Mikey said, get chips, cookies, granola bars, juice pop, etc. We just go for the snacks. Christine said, now they put a giant red wrap on your arm after you donate blood. You get cookies, chips, apple. I get it. You get a lot of shit. Fuck. Everybody at once. Let's all calm down. Asian Joe said, did you have a chance to watch the Sean Rossap Shazza match? If so, any thoughts or critiques on Sean's performance? I mean, he sucks, period, in general as a human, even when he's... So I don't know what him wrestling would do to change my opinion. If I don't like you, period, you wrestling isn't going to exactly change my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? You do know what I'm saying. I think so. Amanda said, so what is your fetish, RJ? A good time. Vanessa said, the ever popular baseball cap fetish. You just pull it down over your eyes and get to work. CXCIX199. I think you guys have to have more unpronounceable usernames. Why aren't you on TV more doing the AEW interviews? They are genuinely so funny. Like, I woke up today in the worst mood, and that interview got me in good spirits. I think AEW would grow more. Well, first of all, thank you. I will say this. These interviews are long, and you're not afforded that kind of time on television because it's wrestling. It's a blistering pace. Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, they go. So it's hard to slow down for 15 minutes or even for 10 minutes, Having said that, these are online, and you can share them, you can post them, you can put them wherever you want, So I think that is nice that they're up in full, and we're not bound by TV. They're as long as they need to be, or they're as short as they need to be. And people, by and large, can say whatever they want. We probably don't have that freedom on TV either. Probably can't say you fucking shits. Certainly can't say dumb DeLuise. I do want to say this. I guess it's okay. I can fucking say this. I was sent a personal message, and I don't want to be like, but I was touched by it. Ken Jeong, Dr. Ken, sent me a wonderful message that he is a fan of Hay, and he's an avid Hay viewer, and he's watched the Bryan Danielson episode twice. Means a lot to me. First of all, swell funny man, complimenting your work makes you feel better. But also, just a busy guy where you're like, this is such a nice thing for you to do. And then I really can't wait to say that to Brian. And then Brian will go, who's Ken Jeong? I haven't watched TV in 30 years. So it'll be nice. He really needs to come on the show. I would really like. He was at Full Gear. We got to go back to LA now. The whole time we were doing that pre-show, by the way, it was me, Renee, and Stoke on that ramp, Full Gear. You know who's walking alongside the ramp, not even behind the barricade, multiple times? Fucking Steve-O. Where's he going? He's going to the bathroom? I don't know. I asked, can we get him on? They're like, we don't have enough time. Another reason you don't have time. So I want Ken, I want Steve-O, I want Will Sasso, who said such nice things about me on the Dudesy podcast. Well, not such nice things. I got him tickets. He said the appropriate amount of nice things. Leo said a breast, vagina, and asshole fetish. Who knew? Gina said, Amanda, I was wondering, she was afraid to ask. Lauren said, my baseball cap fetish is why I'm no longer allowed in Yankee Stadium. Touch 'em all, Joe. Leo said, the tattooed girl on Cynical Crafter was a certified hottie. You must be talking about the wonderful Vanessa, our prop person, who put together all of the shit. And anytime I actually needed something done, I was so bad at crafts that I didn't even put together the final shit versions of my craft. Blue Meanie is here and said, good morning. I said, good morning to you. Blue Meanie was at Kiss's farewell tour last night or the other night. And are they really gone? Is this the 8th farewell tour? Do you just buy into the conceit now at this point? Neil said, I'm here for awkward questions. Reveal your fetishes, RJ. I had just a good conversation. Nice brunch, good conversation. Squirrel said, holy shit, did RJ City just mention cake farts? What a time. Oh, like we don't know it's out there. I don't know, 16. I was like, excuse me? Get me some popcorn. I got to sit front row for this. You see it, that's one of those things you see for 30 seconds. You'll never forget it. Typo said, good morning. Mass Andy said, in your Ask RJ reply to me, you mentioned the Billy Crystal holiday song with all of his 80s characters. I listened to it. It's exactly what I expected it to be. It's barely a song, an experience nonetheless. SM said fetishes are after dark conversations. Absolutely. Asian Joe said, if you were starring in a Hallmark Christmas movie, what would you want your character and story to be? I would want a guy who's in like a successful relationship he always wanted, like it starts basically at the end of one where everything's really happy. And then he's just like, I think I'm better off alone. No, there's no problem. Nothing wrong. I think I'm better off alone. That's it. It's good. Merry Christmas. Happy to see you guys for dinner or whatever. But ultimately, like to be in bed alone. That would be my movie. Lonely Christmas. And it's just him just trying to avoid people. That's it. Oh my God, so much is going on. Now I'm far behind. Blue Meanie, oh my God, Blue Meanie saw Kiss at Madison Square Garden last night. Well, that was where I'm sure Gene had his work boots on for that one. You know, that I can believe. I'm still so far behind. Jesus Christ. Rod said, can we somehow get you and John Michael Higgins on stage together? I love John Michael Higgins. He's I swear to God, one of the funniest fucking people I've ever seen do anything in my life. He's so funny. I know Michael Hitchcock. That's a step in the right direction, I think. I would love to. Do you know him? Do you have an in, Rod? Christine said the Fred Penner episode is wonderful. Leo said, did you watch the Simpsons episode where Troy McClure has a fish fetish? No, I did not. Sebastian said, people are playing shop till you drop in U.S. stores, but with no cameras, no security. I don't even know what that means. Garrick said, donating blood is a good thing to do. Helps out more than you think. This isn't a fucking PSA, Garrick. Mia wants to know, Blue Meanie, did you see Billy Ray at the Kiss concert? Neil said, when did you stop liking SRS? I just, I'm sick of carrying the interviews. Typo said, I thought there might be a Kiss concert. I was at Penn Station yesterday. I was like, wow, a lot of Kiss shirts today. But I think there's always a decent amount of Kiss shirts at Penn Station. So Pleasure said, are you a fan of In Living Color? I just watched the Jim Carrey skit where he's Jerry Seinfeld in a rough part of town. Hilarious. Always loved the Wayans family. I liked the show when I watched it as a kid. I don't look back on too many sketches where I'm like, wow, that's great. Kim Wayans I like. Everyone else I'm like, meh. Mikey said, when my friend met Fred Penner, he cried. Well, what did your friend do to Fred? Leo said, when Herbalife tried to recruit me, they told us that you get a Herbalife bar after giving blood. I assume that was a lie. I think so, too. Yolanda said, some reasons during a blood drive, when I was in 12th grade, I won free tickets to a Sixers game. I think drew a drop of blood. Good scam. Neil said, I just got an unskippable ad. Why am I paying $8 a month, RJ? Well, this is on the free stream. Fuck. That's a YouTube thing. That's not a me thing. Rob said, these mid-coffee ads can eat a bag of dicks with no comment. What happens? Like, you can't click away? You got to sit through the whole thing? Or sorry, everyone. Christine gifted 10 memberships. Jesus. Squirrel Squad, Blue Meanie, Rob, Awa, Spot Setter, Nick, KP, Amy, Kevin Featherstone, Show Bits. You all got memberships because of Christine, so she's forced them upon you, and you have no recourse but to enjoy them. Leo said, do you remember Trish and Steph covering each other with shit in 2001? I don't think it was shit. I think you mean shit in a colloquial sense. Spot Center said, I watched Solo Darling say fuck and shit while she bakes on Twitch in Kitchen of Chaos. Is there a better way to watch somebody bake? Neil said, yay, Christine. Sylvia emojis. CXX with a blue tribute saying, this is my zigzag money, RJ. Looking for a Bible. What does that mean? What do you want me to do? You want me to get you a... They don't put the Bibles in the room anymore. I don't think. That's a shame. What are you talking about? You're making no sense. I mean, thank you regardless. I'm sorry about the zigzag. You just have to bake them in some brownies or something. Garrick said, Ken is the best celebrity wrestling fan. He's into every match. Just a sweet fella. Unnecessarily so. Gene said, I remember when Meanie was in Kiss back in the day. One of my favorites. Christine said, had to make up for last week. That's why she put 10. Even though I got yelled at for talking about blood donations. Well, I feel like we're pushing a political agenda now. James said, Ken Jeong only watched that Bryan Danielson episode twice. I've seen it 5 times. Never got old. Yeah, James. Tell Ken to go fuck himself. Eric said, how hard is it not to break character when doing a promo with Tony Storm? Okay, Eric, my first question is, I have a character? Secondly, I think the appropriate response is often restrained bewilderment, and that's what I feel most of the time. Glitch said, a new Family Feud team emerges. James said, especially at the line, have you ever fucked a vegetable? I think that's just what did people in. can do what you want to do. Where the fuck am I here? I've lost my place. What are some must-have brunch items? I fucking hate brunch. We should put the emphasis back on breakfast. Real good salt-of-the-earth breakfast. Maureen said, you're mad just because your dad is really Paul Stanley, and he didn't let me be the Phantom. Suplex just said, I honestly thought I hallucinated RJ saying cake farts. I said it, and I said it again, and I'm not ashamed. Go to E-Bombs World. Go to StakingGenius.com. The few of us alive at that time, only we know what it was like. And I used to go to ChristianMingle.com and look at the profiles. I used to go to JewishQualitySingles.com. There was these dating sites, I think, before people realized they would be mocked for putting themselves online like that, you know? Amanda said, have a great week all. Gonna head out back to Cleveland. Thanks for the birthday, love. Chronic said, if Up North takes you, will you keep doing these? Chronic Snake, I worked for WWE for like a year and a half. We worked on a bunch of fun shit, including a WrestleMania comedy special, which has not been done since. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. And a wonderful interview series on the Bump called Wednesday Morning Wake Up. I was so happy to do that stuff. We worked on a million other things that for the corporate process kills of creativity and joy most of the time. So it was a miracle that I got on what I did. And then the departments got cut. And then Tony Khan, lo and behold, was a fan of my work, and I had no idea. And he said, hey, come do this. So I work for AEW. I don't know what you're misunderstanding. AEW is not, in essence, my show. The AEW logo is above the AEW logo. I don't know how much more clear that could be. Having said that, during my whole WWE run, I continued to do the show, and I continue to do it now. And now we are in, next week will be the 80th episode of AEW, and it has been a miracle they're just like, whatever you want. And it is the best. How can I say no to that? What a fine time. And I'm so happy that at least Ken Jeong likes it. Suplexa said, hey, Blue Meanie, did you see my friend Kevin at Madison Square Garden last night? He has short hair and wears a T-shirt. Did you see Kevin, Blue Meanie? Did you run into Kevin? Leo said, who sucks more, Poison or Warrant? I can't even tell you who Warrant is, so I'm just going to say Poison. Amy said, I saw Kiss's first farewell tour 15 years ago. CXX. Yes, ask the real questions. What comedy influence did RJ have? You do have the Kim Wayans comedic timing. I hang out the window and I go, what's everybody doing down there? That thing. Prisma said, a lot of people have shopping fetishes. Did you succumb and buy anything on Black Friday? I bought quite a few things. I didn't buy any shit for myself, I don't think. No, I think I just bought good. I think I did a good job. I bought gifts and shit that I was going to buy anyway. Mass Andy said, I saw an SNL skit with Billy Crystal and Martin Short where they were soldiers and Short and can climb stairs. I've seen it. My description isn't doing it justice. It was hysterical. Wasn't that? But also, like, it's great and it's hilarious, but isn't it also bad? You're like, what? This is the whole sketch? Bill said, a few years back, at Tribeca, honoring a living color, showed the Tyson bit. It felt out of place. I have news for you. Most Tyson bits do. SM said, 2 unskippable ads. Jesus. Mia said, did you do reaction videos of The Living Color? Yes, I did. Vanessa said, hi, Yolanda. Neil said, at Penn Station, a policeman shouted, get off that, really loud at a guy in a scooter, but he actually only had one leg. One of the scooters was for his thigh to rest on. Didn't see any pictures. The real tragedy. James said, RJ is frozen. What? I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen at all. See, people are saying not frozen. It's just you, James. Jesus. Way to ruin my life. Tybo said, paying for YouTube is finally paying off. I'm in the money, baby. No ads. Nick said, John Michael Higgins used to be the host of Test Track at Epcot. Always made me smile. I love Ileana Douglas, did the Aerosmith roller coaster. Patrick Warburton did Soarin'. Lest we forget Soarin' at Epcot. Rob said, we would absolutely pay for the YouTube Premium Lite if it was available in the US. It's only, I think it's one of those things they rolled out in Europe to test it first. Rob said, it's premium for $5 without the additional stuff of the full premium offers that we don't care about. So it's literally just ad-free, which is probably the main reason people buy it anyway. Blue Mini said, I pre-showed his with Bully. You pre-showed the show. Oh my God, listen to this crew. Bully Ray, Medusa, Missy Hyatt, Dave LaGreca, and the Kiss Demon from WCW. It was an amazing evening. A new faction called People Who Yell. Leo went to Douglas Levinson on AEW. By the way, who saw the Get Jesse Ventura on AEW sign on AEW Dynamite in Minneapolis? Did Jesse see it? I don't know. Could somebody send him the satellite feed? Ugh. Squirrel Squad is crazy. No matter how much time passes, videos like Cake Farts just stick with you forever. I mean, that's the mark of good art. Typo said, does every member give each other a little peck on the cheek before they perform? If not, they should. I think they do. Garrick said, thanks to Tony Khan for giving us RJ City and all his creative glory. So he's to blame. Mess Andy said, do you get an all elite graphic gift for 100 episodes? I can't believe it's weird because next week's the 80th episode. And you're like, wow, we're so close to 100. But then you're like, 20 weeks is a long fucking time. Spot Center said, no ads is great on premium. But I like the feature where it goes back to where you left off on any device. I like when you can watch them offline too. That would be useful when I'm on a plane or whatever. Rod said, describe your joy level around the return of Danhausen. It's like here. Christine said, that's a good sign idea. Hey, W, Ken Jeong likes it. Leo said, I remember once making a joke about banging a 2021 signing and they got deleted very quickly. I guess everybody was modding that one. I'd say so. Nell said, I have no clue what's going on. Rob had to explain the cake thing to me. Oh, Nails, you're in for a treat. Okay, so you watch this. Obviously, you watch the hay. Then you watch this. Then I would say the thing about Roddy's parents. And then after that, I think for dessert, a little Cake Farts. I think you guys should just enjoy it together. That's my recommendation to you. I'm not affiliated with the company at all. This is just a person. It's not an endorsement. You know, say you probably get Ken on the program. Just ask him. I absolutely could. It's the coordinating and it's being there for long enough and getting all that shit together. Rod said, thoughts on the Martin Short, Harry Shearer synchronized swimming skit. One of the best sketches in history. The one I love more is the 60 Minutes parody of the Minkman Schnozzes, the Minkman novelty news piece. That one's probably my favorite. Leo said, I wonder if any wrestlers heard me singing the Flying Saucer song. David was not on the chat that day. Where did that David go? Brad Sanders said, I bought a Mandy Leone photo shoot worn bikini, and the top part was padded. I'm shopping display torsos for the holidays. Well, good for you. James said, are you going to start a Patreon? This is pretty much, you know, what that is. That's the best way I can put it. Exclusive content, different tiers, different levels, all that shit. This is as good as it's going to get. Leo said, who is your Spotify rap top artist? Let me tell you how fucked up it is. Number one, Paul Simon. Number two, Simon and Garfunkel. Yes, Marie came through with the Jesse sign. Thank you, Marie. Kenny's been a member for 11 months, almost a year since Christine's gift convinced me to stop lurking. What a gateway Christine has been. So Sierra said, I'm stuck between preserving my vintage Patty Duke coloring book and coloring every page. What should I do? Oh, it would be so satisfying. Why don't you just scan it and then color those? Easy E said, I'd love a show with Jesse Ventura with Penn and Teller. Bullshit. No, that's bullshit. Bill said 100th should be a roast. That's not a bad idea, Bill. Leo said, Christian Cage's stable is very odd. A man dressed as a dinosaur and its wing. I would say no more odd than any other wrestling faction ever. But also, Christian's on the run of a lifetime. Easy E said, did you hear Hall & Oates filed restraining orders on one? Yes, and it's something about how they can buy and sell their music. It's so fucking convoluted and annoying. There was also a clip of Daryl Hall on Bill Maher's Club Random, which I love watching. You know me, a big Bill Maher guy. And he was like, you go out there, Hall and Oates. Oates is your partner, and Daryl Hall's like, he's not my partner. He's like, don't you guys do shows together? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, don't you guys put out albums together? He's like, we haven't done that in a long time. I was like, what's a long time? It's like 10 years. I was like, well, what the fuck? It was really weird. Gina said, cake sitting, Google splashing. You're welcome. Can't wait for this. Kevin said, Oates hasn't been the same since losing his mustache. Like, who the fuck is this guy? James said, with the mention of Hall and Oates, can we get you to sing Private Eyes? No, you can't. Silver said, morning, RJ. How's the coffee treating you today? This one's bitter. This one's okay. Neither are great. Hit and miss today. SM said, I don't know about cake farts either, but I cannot condone any wasting of cake. No. This is bringing cake to life. Have you heard of Al Hirschfeld? Oh, my God, of course. They have original Hirschfelds in the Paley Center in New York. And the thing is always, with every Hirschfeld, he always wrote his wife's name, Nina. He's hidden it somewhere in the drawings. You're always supposed to find the Nina. It's a fun little thing to play. Big Hirschfeld guy. Edgar said, I'm late and afraid to Google. What are cake farts? The journey is yours now, my friend. Rod said, Martin Short's Nathan Thurm is one of my all-time favorite characters. That sketch, the Mink McShaw sketch, was the debut of that character. Lauren said, Dr. Ken is the sweetest. I met him at JFL, and we talked Community for a while. Leo said, RJ probably got slimed on Splat a lot, so he's probably known around those communities. Yes. Spot Center with a wonderful tribute for no reason, but God bless you. Messiani said, I've worked book signings with Jesse Ventura. They're entertaining, but they last forever. He doesn't shut up. Got to get him on the show. Blue Meanie with the comment of the show. My cake fart would require a sheet cake. And I'm going to reward him with the comment of the week. Congratulations to Blue Meanie. Typo. What are you talking about, Rob? You're just blithering. Spot Center said, I bought that thumbs up in honor of Steve Carino, who used to shove his thumb where the opponent's sun didn't shine. I've had his thumb up my ass before. He had his own coffee, too, but stopped producing it. I loved that coffee. I love all the Carinos, as many of them as I know. I love them. Mike said, was the cynical crafter a take on Phil Hartman's anal retentive character? No, it was my, how do I explain this? It was my repressed parody commentary on all these DIY people that I just did not enjoy. Because he's not, cynical crafter is not anal retentive at all. I certainly enjoyed making quite a mess. Vanessa Craven said, oh my God, a panel of wrestlers roasting RJ. Sign me up. Taz must take part. I think he's roasted me in his head 1,000 times over. Mia said, I don't even listen to popular music. My number one artist is Janet Jackson. Good luck. Joe said, have you ever called the Hall and Oates hotline? No, I didn't. Leo said, I like cake. Don't fart on my cake. This is a whole different ballgame. Squirrel Squad said, RJ, do you know about Garfunkel and Oates? I do. And I wish they did the music. Easy E said, wasn't Jungle Boy and Marco stunt in Luchasaurus also Twinkle the Dinosaur? I can't get into the lore. Bill said, I enjoyed the Christmas Story AWT&T did a few years back. Wish they did an updated version. Well, I'm not privy to any of that. Neil said, I wouldn't enjoy a roast of RJ because he would take everything they said to heart and stress over it for the rest of his life. That's true. Just the thought of it is worse. Garrick said, yes, that AW Christmas Story was wholesome. Rod said, I used to sell Hirschfelds with Looney Tunes characters at Warner Brothers studio stores. I remember the WB stores. Had a little tunnel thing for the kids. I bought a Marvin the Martian keychain. Christine said, my number one Spotify artist was Paul F. Tompkins, like all the cool kids. Congrats, Christine. Spot Center said, will you wear trunks? I say Steve Carino's thumb was here. Only if he pays me. Mia said, Archer's Coffee will make a great Christmas gift, and my brother will love it. And you can also get it. And Dan Housen's coffee at rootlesscoffee.com. Jeremy said, who is your number one artist, RJ? Just fucking said this. Just said this 3 minutes ago. Paul Simon. Nails said, plug Nugs podcast before you finish. It was a great episode. Thank you for reminding me, Nails. I was on an episode this week of Nug Narging, my dear friend's new podcast called $1 Words. You can listen to it now. You can go look it up. Go look at his page. It's posted everywhere. It's part of the Sonar Network. And there's been wonderful people on so far. John Catucci has been on, and he's got plenty of other guests lined up. And they are funny and they're weird. And it's a wonderful show. It's a wonderful game to play. And go listen. Go enjoy and all that shit. Thank you, Nails. So he had said, are you behind the devil mask, RJ? As Ben Stein once said, we all wear masks. And then he turned out to be a raging asshole. Easy E said, is that Bill Maher's weird neck show with the neon sign in the back? It smells of midlife crisis. Yes, it does. Let's smoke weed. Nobody's doing that anymore. Christine said, oh, yes, I love listening to RJ trying to get Nug to say trolley. Edgar said, I still have my WB Kids Club house card. God bless. I do really miss those. There was a store. I don't know if anyone can tell me, if anyone can help me with this, because I think there was only one in existence. The store was called Alive and Well, and it was like clothing for, I don't know, middle-aged women, like a Talbot's. But they had a giant pirate ship in the middle of the store. And there was like a playground for kids. And there was a tunnel underneath, and there was like little portholes in the tunnel, and there's like skeletons with treasure and shit. It was like the best. My mom's like, I want to go shopping for a blouse. I'm like, fuck yes, you do. Let's go. And they also had two machines constantly dispensing juice, and it was grape juice and peach juice. It was so fucking good. If I ever tasted that peach juice again, I would be back on that pirate ship. And what an insane store. Alive and Well. You got a giant pirate ship and peach juice while your mother is shopping for sensible clothing. Cannot fucking beat that. More stores like that need to open. Spot Center said, thank you. Life still sucks to me, but I didn't think about it for a whole hour. Well, we can just go hour by hour, and then we'll all be done. Nell said, Nug for sure had the easier words. Yes, absolutely. Mia said, cheat meal today. Great question. I'm feeling pizza, but I don't know. I'll see how it goes. I had some fruit this morning. I had some turkey. I had some egg whites. And, I got this little electrolyte thing here. This might be better than having coffee, quite frankly. Because my throat, sometimes when you do a hay, and then you're at TV all day, and it's basically all week like that, and then you do this show, it can wreak havoc. And then you sing so much. Hopefully pizza. We'll see how it goes. Suplexer said, this was a very fun episode. As always, love you all. Thank you for making Sunday mornings my favorite part of the week. And it all gets worse from here, I'll say. Nell said, have a cake fart for your cheat meal. Imagine how sad. Imagine having a cake fart fetish, and then all you can find is a cake and nobody to fart on it. That would suck. You got a sad guy eating the most beautiful cake. It's like, what's wrong, fella? It's like, you don't want to know. Mia said, have a great week, everyone. Well, it's not quite over yet. But again, I will say this. Everyone needs to go after this immediately and watch the latest Hey W with Roderick Strong and Marina Shafir Strong and Troy Marina Shafir Roderick Strong. It's insane. It's fucking insane. As crazy as this conversation has been, this is the most normal thing that I put out today. The episode of Hey is insane in a million different ways. The whole fam. And God bless them for coming on like that and being secure in who they are and telling their story. Go watch, go comment, go share. Go tell them that you like it. Marina bared all. And so did Troy, despite my misgivings about it. It's nothing but delightful and enjoyable. As hard as it was for me to endure. Bill said, wait, cookie? What are we talking about? Bill said, must not clip that. CX said, yes, that Hey W is insane. Too damn funny. It's just insane. I don't even know what to say about it. Anyway, look, see, it says ads will run. I just hit skip ads. So everyone shut the fuck up. I'm doing my best here to demonetize myself. Nell said, my brother went to Moldova to help build a school. He didn't mention their wine. Well, she knows the parts of Moldova, Look, every country has grapes. Anyway, let's get a final look at these geometric shapes. Everybody gets the gist. Go watch Hey. Go listen to $1 Words. Go buy the coffee, rootlesscoffee.com. And I will see you so very soon. In the meantime, Godspeed.